Lamar Guillory joins me now to talk about Tulsa Public Schools Military Service Academy information session, and that's a whole new thing to me, and I'm intrigued. What is it?
So typically congressional representatives have their own military academy service day during the summer, but TPS, because they want to raise awareness of the military colleges known as academies among their students, they decided to have one in January, January 25th coming up, particularly at a strategic date because it allows the current year juniors to get ahead of the game in terms of starting their applications, being aware of summer programs and things of that nature. And then there are a whole host of other added things that they'll become aware of on that particular day. But the main objective is to increase awareness because the congressional representatives would like to have a larger pool of applicants across the academies. And so this will help with that, but then also the added piece of giving kids, students, an opportunity to get ahead of the game in the application process because it's pretty extensive and it helps to know the nuances as you get started.
So you were knighted and told, get out there and do it.
Well, no, my role in this is I've just kind of been a background support person. I'm actually, I call it a volunteer. It is a volunteer role attached to the United States Naval Academy as a blue and gold officer. And in that role, you're assisting candidates and applicants with the process and their families to a large extent. And then part of that process too is conducting an interview as part of their application process.
Rogers State has an extensive military background, as you well know.
Absolutely, Oklahoma Military Academy is what it was known as. And I just think it's so appropriate that we're here today. You're the first out the gate to request an interview format here. But it was known as the West Point of the Southwest. And so there's a rich history there that a lot of people don't know about. And so going from Oklahoma Military Academy now to Hillcat Nation, you know, there's a lot of connected dots along the way.
You know, this school is guarded by a large, very large male swan with an attitude. And if he doesn't like you, he's going to chase you off. But he spends a great deal of his time on a pond out in front of the school between us and the museum across the street. And it's a funny thing, I've often wondered what's in that pond. What's out there that I don't know about? And I'd love to be there when they drain it. You have youngsters in military academy, don't you?
Yes, so I like to say I'm a Naval Academy big brother and dad. My younger brother graduated in 2000, and I have a son who graduated in May of 23, and then I have a current freshman known as a plebe in their world there. And it's been, you know, a phenomenal experience for all of them that have gone through. It's something you have to want to do. And I would like to say this, the format that TPS is taking on January 25th is unique. Number one, it's very, very rare that a school district itself would host Military Service Academy Day. And then secondly, this hasn't been done in Oklahoma in this format. And it's gonna be very informative. And I think even if a student or a family decides ultimately not to pursue it, here's the immediate takeaway value. These academies look at what they call the whole student model. So in essence, they're looking for kids who've done well academically, who have the capacity to be physically fit, and who have demonstrated some level of leadership or excellence in a specific area. And if a student or a family pursues that general model, regardless of where they ultimately end up applying, they're going to be competitive. So you take that whole student model and you put that kid's transcript or resume before any other college application process, they're going to stand tall.
It strikes me that this is a bump ahead of ROTC.
Well, it's equal but different. And what I mean by that is If you talk about ROTC, most people know it. Those units are typically on civilian colleges, right? And even kids at these academies are effectively ROTC. But the difference is that when you're at OU or OSU, you are wearing your uniform maybe twice a week, and you got your specific military branch ROTC classes. But at the academies, they're 24/7 ROTC. They wear their uniforms to class, and they're doing military things. So not only are they taking a lot of heavy classes, but they have their military, obligations in terms of, classes and training, as well as, I want to be very clear that these are colleges. So they're all the facets that you would find at a OSU, TU, OU, athletics, music groups and things of that nature, they have those same things there. Matter of fact, Navy, Air Force, and West Point are Division I athletic programs. Then you have the Merchant Marine and the Coast Guard Academy, which are Division II/III programs. So they are very similar. I mean, just recently, Navy and OU played in the Armed Forces Bowl. Army this year is in the same conference as TU, and they came here and played TU early in fall of 2024. So I just want to make sure that people understand that these are colleges that have a military component to it. I mean, they're 24/7 military, but that's what it is.
Means probably, too, they stress a lot of science, a lot of look to the future type stuff. Lamar, we got about 40 seconds here. How does a young man who has an interest get involved?
The first thing I would say is attend the Tulsa Public Schools Military Academy Service Day on January 25th. There you will meet representatives from the academies, the admissions office, and the local liaisons or field reps or whatever title they have for the different academies. And then you get a lot of information on how you engage and start the application process. And even for 6th through 10th grade families, knowing that it's out there, how to look at the different camps and things of that nature that are available.
Appreciate you coming by and taking time to visit with us and tell the folks about this. It's a worthwhile endeavor.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's people that attend the academies have great career paths afterwards. You do your 4 years there, then minimum about 5-year service obligation, but you go right into your immediate. And they graduate with.
Do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Tell Mom I said hello.
Will do.
We're all out of time.
Right,
Thank you. Thank you for being a part of it. We'll see you back here next time.